welcome to the jungle.
Ta-da!
I guess. Welcome back to Pugh's Pumpkin Patch, which has exploded since you last saw us. I mean, just look at this. This is just incredible. We've got some huge pumpkins growing. We've got sunflowers, we've got sweet peas, we've got nasturtiums. It is an absolute jungle here. It is amazing. We cannot wait to show you around, show you what's grown, show you some of our giant pumpkins.
Talking of giant pumpkins, can I look at this?
We
think this one here is the biggest and the beautiful. Let's call him Roger. So that's our champion one so far, but he's got competition from his mate just over here. In a close second place here. Look at that. Wow, gorgeous.
Lots of amazing pumpkins.
So during that heat wave, Amy, the pressure was on, wasn't it? And our team have been getting the water on at the start of the day.
Props
or
to
in
the
the
Pugh's
in the
Pumpkin Patch
evening.
patrons. They have kept this place alive despite the sun trying its best to work against us. Yeah, you've done a fantastic job.
And I think the fact that we had all that organic matter that we put in way back in the winter, if you haven't seen our earlier videos, go back on Facebook and have a look. Back in February, I think it was, when we started doing, so we got a good old layer of organic matter in there, some compost. Remember that, the blooming amazing and everything.
The soil
so all that stuff holds in the water. So at this time of the year, when the leaves are losing moisture and the pumpkins are trying to pump water in there, they're demanding that moisture from the roots. And for a combination of really good watering and lots of organic matter, here we are in the middle of August. We've still got another 6-7 weeks, I would say, of growing time.
Plenty more pumpkins to come, hopefully.
So October seems to be the time, for some reason, that people think about harvesting pumpkins. And so we were talking maybe we could have some sort of a little event, a special Pugh's Pumpkin Patch event. So if you've enjoyed joining us on this journey, watch out for news about our pumpkin event in October, where you might be able to come and pick your own pumpkin.
Definitely. Yeah. If you'd like to come along, leave us a comment and let us know, because we'd love to know how many people
limited numbers.
Yes, definitely. So I don't really know where to start. There is so much going on here, Roger.
Well, look, it's lunchtime. Let's talk about edible plants and flowers. So these are our nasturtiums, which we put in little clusters, 2 or 3 seeds together. It's an attractive little flower.
You can literally just eat them from the ground.
No. It's kind of peppery, like rocket. It's got a sweet edge to it as well. Lovely in a salad. You could use it on any kind of dressing to improve the look of the meal. You can also eat the leaves, and they've got that peppery. I always just check underneath to make sure there's not any green fly for some extra protein, unwanted. So isn't that beautiful? Wow. Now I'm going to eat it. Fantastic. So that's nasturtiums. They look good and they taste good.
There we go. Tried and tested. You feeling okay? Am I right?
So far so good. Yeah.
Now flowers that we can't eat. I'm guessing the sweet peas. They smell incredible.
They do. They look fantastic.
I don't know how they taste though.
I wouldn't advise eating these. Definitely not. However, I have started picking some for somebody.
Yes, we do have someone special to give some sweet peas to, Roger. Oh, they're beautiful!
As if by magic. And this is the lady who normally stands behind the camera and takes very little credit, but actually she's been looking after these plants since January, February. Yeah. So hands together, please, for Tracy.
Woo! Go, Tracy!
There you go. Thank you for all your efforts. Fantastic.
Thank you.
And the results. Yeah. So that's sweet peas. Don't forget, keep on taking off the flowers as they go over. As the flowers go over, they will produce little seed heads. We don't want them to produce the seeds, because once the plant has produced seeds, it has no reason to produce any more flowers. So it sounds a bit cruel, but we're going to keep on taking off those seeds so that the plants keep on producing more and more flowers for Tracy's desk.
Great. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Of course, there's been 2 other people that have been helping this pumpkin patch thrive, and that is Sarah and Ree, who you met last month. So we've got Rianne here with us, and do you want to talk us through what you've been doing to keep the pumpkins going?
Yeah, so I've been watering early in the morning before the sun hits, just to prevent any damage to the leaves, as well as the evening time, kind of around 5-6 usually, just to prevent any scorching. As you can see by here, it's starting to happen. You don't want that to happen. And then we've also been having some issues with powdery mildew, which is like a white residue that's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
pumpkins are extremely susceptible to. So one treatment I've been using is an organic treatment to basically get rid of that.
Right.
One thing I have discovered recently is you can mix just cow's milk with a bit of water, and that basically is a preventative measure. It's not a cure, but it is something that you can use to protect your plant and your produce.
Great,
And I guess
that's
the
so
same
good.
principle's really interesting,
Yeah.
and it's amazing how these different kind of ways of controlling some of these illnesses and pests are coming back. You know, 100 years ago, they were probably the only way that you could
Yeah.
control them. But the principle is that if you're spraying anything on the leaves, it's a bit like the watering. Don't do it in midday like it is now in bright sunshine. If you're going to be spraying any sort of fluid onto the leaves, do it at the end of the day or the start of the day is best. So we've got a leaf here that's got that mildew on. Are you going to see if you can cut him off then? So you just follow the
I go
stem back.
right down, where is it? So right down here.
Yeah.
I'll just cut it like that, bro.
Brill.
And then
And then we can get rid of that leaf because those little white spots will be releasing hundreds and hundreds of spores, which will then reinfect other leaves. So if you take away the source of reinfection, there's less chance of the disease taking hold. Well, it seems to me you've done a great
You
job
have
because
done a
we've got.
fantastic job. Look at these
Yeah,
guys.
so these aren't as yellow yet as the other ones that we were looking at. These are kind of, they are swelling out as two on one. Well, there's another one there as well. There's a third one there, is there?
There's a little one
Little
starting
yeah,
here.
yeah. So we've got the big yellow ones. We've got these green ones which are turning yellow. Did we have one which has got a slightly paler yellow here as well?
There's
Yeah.
a really light coloured one here,
Yeah.
which is really
Maybe that might be like a
interesting.
white coloured one.
Yeah.
And you've got the zombie ones over here as well, haven't you? I think.
And those two look like they're actually joined. They're actually joined at the. Oh wow!
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
They're really cool.
The gruesome twosome. Yeah.
Roger and Amy. Perfect.
Well, it looks like it's working. Whatever you're doing, it's working. We've got loads of pumpkins coming. That's great news. Well done. And then is the sunflowers.
Oh, with the Sarah.
Yeah. So, now, we were just saying that these are sunflowers, rather than being a single stem with a big head on the top, these are these kind of multi-stemmed varieties, which means you get more and more flowers. And we managed to find the variety there. Do you want to show that to Tracy on the camera?
There we go.
So if you're looking for something like, if you're rather like, I love this colour, it's kind of bronzy look as well, and it's kind of dark.
The bees like them too.
Yeah,
There he
oh,
is.
look at that. Sarah, look, you caught a bee there.
Tons of bees on that.
Yeah.
Large one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Enjoying his meal there. Yeah, yeah. And I think, did we see that there's some that have actually set seed now?
yes, this one.
Here we go. So, come round. So you can see the black seeds in there. So now we could either just leave those there for the birds to come along and feed on in the autumn and the winter, or we could try cutting a flower head off, taking the seed head home and collecting the seeds, and you can use them in cooking, can't you, sunflower seeds?
Yeah, it's like a topping for a salad or a
Yeah,
soup.
yeah. With the
With the
nasturtiums,
nasturtiums.
yes. Or you could keep some seeds and grow some more next year.
I just got spotted, Roger, behind you. The size of those.
Way, look at that!
Amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. Look how big they are. Yeah, it's not
Quite
finished.
short.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And this obviously is just one side of the pumpkin patch. It's incredible. We've got so much biodiversity, so many options that you can choose from here. Not only plants and flowers, but it goes into your food, it's decoration. There's just so much happening, and this is just one side. We've got a whole other side of the pumpkin patch over there, which we will take you into as well, where we've got a scarecrow now.
Yeah.
So last time we announced our competition winner who designed our scarecrow, and that has now been brought to life. So I'll insert a clip here of where we had the drawing, the competition winner's drawing, and then reveal the scarecrow. And I think they did a fantastic job. Our visual merchandisers, those clever little elves,
Yeah.
have matched it perfectly. So it was absolutely lovely to reveal that to our winner, Caddy Nell, last time she came in.
Great.
So we'll show you the scarecrow, and we're going to talk about feeding as well.
Feeding is important because we've been doing lots of watering over the last few weeks, and that's great, the plants need it, but the more you water, the more you're washing the nutrients out of the soil. And of course these plants are soaking up all the water and the nutrients that they need to put on all this growth. So now we're going to give them some supplementary feeding, and we're going to show you guys how to mix up your own fertilizer and apply that to your plants. It doesn't have to be pumpkins, it could be anything in your garden that you want to give a feed, because we're now we're in late summer, you know, we're in the middle of August now, so this is when plants will start to get hungry, and it'll make a big difference going into the autumn now if we can keep them fed. So stick with us, come down the other side, and we'll mix up some fertilizer.
Go! Okay, so welcome to the second part of the pumpkin patch. We've moved over from that side and we're here. And what do you think of it, Roger? I think it's amazing over here.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You're looking at, I like your hat. Is that new? Were you wearing that earlier?
No, actually, thank you.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hello.
I could get used to this guy. I think he could be the third member of our little...
He's better looking than me, this one. So,
a little bit. Tracy agrees. So we've got a bit more space to walk around in this area, so I thought it would be best to show you how we feed our pumpkin plants. So if you follow us beyond the scarecrow.
Yes, come on round. Yeah. So feeding, fertilizer, to keep these plants growing and the pumpkins to be continuing to be pollinated. We need more flowers. So we've got loads of pumpkins for that special pumpkin event in October. That would be great. So we've got some fertilizer, some Welsh fertilizer, which is high in potash, and high in potash means that it will encourage
fruit
and
flowers.
Hooray! So that's what we want. So there are instructions on the back of all the packets of fertilizer and stuff that we sell, and on this one here on Fostrogen, it says that basically you do 1 scoop per 4.5 litres of water. So we're going to do this up to the 9 litre mark, which is just there. So if one of our assistants here could put 2 flat scoops of Fostrogen into the watering can. Perfect, look at that. Yeah, 1. That's fine, that's fine. Great, well done. So then, over the years, we've developed a very sophisticated range of stirring implements, and this one here is known as a stick. Okay. We'll write that on the screen for you in case you want some help spelling it. So we need to give it a good vigorous stir, please, Ree. Or
Okay.
yeah. No, it's got to be clockwise.
That's Roger's top tip.
It will take a while to get all the crystals to dissolve. So what we could do is, while they're dissolving there, if you take out the stirring implement and bring the water level right up to the top for us, if that's okay. Thank you very much.
So is there anything in particular about this choice of plant food that we've gone for, Roger, that you recommend?
The main thing is that it's high in potash. It would be my preference this time of the year to encourage more and more flowers. It's worth noting as well that we've actually had some rain in the last day or so, the last few hours. So damp soil is great for applying fertilizer to. Dry soil, if soil was dry, I'd probably give it a drink of water first, allow that to soak in, and then put the fertilizer in, so that damp soil translocates the, that's a good word, isn't it? I just made that up, really.
It's a word now. Translocate.
The ingredients around the soil. So yeah, damp soil, and then we can apply this on, and it will get mixed within the soil water, ready for the roots to soak up. Worth bearing in mind, of course, that on a plant like this, originally when we put it in, the roots were just kind of as big as my hand, weren't they? But now they're going to be all over here. In fact, the girls were saying that they've been putting more compost when they've seen roots coming out at the base of the plant. They've been putting more compost on top. So you can see that if you see extra roots coming out, just put a little bit more compost on top. So I would imagine that the roots for here, for this plant, are going to be around here. So rather than just doing it there, we can scatter it all over.
See a little one poking out.
Oh yeah. There's another one. There we are, Tracy. We can see. Can you see that? There's a root there that's coming from the base of the plant and spreading across. So we'll just spread some compost over there like that. Thanks, Ree.
Great.
So a bit more stirring. They're still not doing it clockwise. It's still anti-clockwise.
They're just learning, Roger.
Yeah.
This is the new era of gardener. We go anti-clockwise.
It's a new millennium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. Can we see any crystals flying around in there?
Can you see any crystals, Tracy? What do you think?
No, normally you can see them on the bottom of the can, the white crystals, but I can't see any there. There's a few floating around, but that's what we want.
That's some good mixing.
Lovely. Okay, so what we need to do then is to gently pour it out around the room. Oh, Colin's getting me involved. Yes, yeah.
Gotta get stuck in now and again. So where are we going?
This one here.
Yeah.
So that's it, and keep moving it around. Up on the top there, so it runs down there. That's it. Around that side, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then come back down here. Yeah. Yeah.
So will this encourage more pumpkins or just bigger existing pumpkins?
Bit of both, really. Yeah, that's great. The only thing I would say to our viewers to be aware of is, again, during the day, try to avoid getting any fluid on the leaf. You're doing a great job there, Amy. It was just on the base of the stems and on the soil.
Phew.
You passed the test, yeah. Wow. There you go. So, a really good drench in there, and that all those nutrients now will be kind of working their way around the roots, and the plant will be able to suck it. It takes a week or two for it to have any major effect.
We'll keep an eye on this one, and if it does well, that was me. If it doesn't do well, it was Roger.
I'm used to that. The other thing that high potash does, as well as encouraging the flowers and the fruit, it strengthens the cell walls. So remember we were talking about the problem of the mildew? Well, a stronger cell wall will resist an attack by a mildew or a pest. So there's another add-on effect, benefit of the fertilizer.
So now is the time to use that fertilizer on
anything in your garden, really. Yeah, anything you want to encourage flowers and new growth on. That'd be great, and it will also toughen up plants. If you've got tender plants like a palm tree in the garden, that with the winter coming, I'm afraid it is coming. So those toughened cell walls from the potash will help tender plants like a palm tree resist frost a little bit more as well. So yeah, now's a great time to be using high potash. I wasn't thinking of saying that. It just kind of swung into my mind. So all these benefits to high potash fertilizers.
Definitely. And just before we go, we have to show you one more thing from this side of the patch that Sarah, the creative genius, has come up with. If you follow us over here, we have an archway. I don't know if you remember at the very, very beginning we talked about Roger's sort of mapped out how he envisaged the pumpkin patch and where we'd have the pumpkins grown. We had the archway that we really wanted to grow pumpkins over. And it did start to happen. So Sarah, why don't you show us your genius idea to protect the pumpkins that started growing up the archway? There we go. We've got our very own pumpkin hammock that you made, handmade by Sarah. A pumpkin hammock. I mean, I've never seen that before. I absolutely love it.
That's a first. Yeah.
It is an absolute first. Pugh's pumpkin patch. You saw it here first. Pumpkin hammocks. They're a thing. We love it. So yeah, we've got everything going on here. Pumpkins in the ground, pumpkins in hammocks, sweet pea, sunflowers, nasturtiums, a scarecrow. I'm just so excited to see what keeps happening here. Well done again.
And I'm excited to see what you've been doing at home. So we'd love to see pictures of your progress or lack thereof. If you've got pumpkins, if you've got flowers and fruit and vegetables, show us what you've been growing. It's been a great summer for growing plants and flowers.
It's been brilliant. Definitely show us what you're doing. Any questions if yours aren't quite looking like this and you want to know what you could do to help, we've got 4 people now, me not really, that knows exactly what they're doing and can help you on your growing journeys too. So yeah, please stay tuned, leave a comment if you want to be involved in the picking event in October, and we'll see you next month with hopefully more pumpkins.
Yes, exciting
Maybe even
times.
more in hammocks.
Yeah.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.